Hey, welcome to the conclusion of the 1-3 notes, at least the 1-3 notes on graphing. There's another part to section 1-3, so please look for that on the web page. So here's where we left off when we had done these two graphs for number 5 and number 6, and this is kind of an important detail, and I really wish you'd remember this, because if you do, you're never going to get a slope wrong. So on this first drawing, we had already counted the slope of negative 7/4, and the fact that we just said negative guarantees that guy's going to tilt to the left. So if you can imagine he was straight up and down to start with, and you bent him, you would have to bend him to the left to match up with that drawing. This guy right here is understood to be positive, and if he's positive, he's going right. Okay, so let's just do a couple problems here, and that's what this was right here. Let's do a couple problems here without actually seeing the graph. So without actually seeing the graph, you should still be able to tell me some information. So is number 7 in slope-intercept form? Is it y equals mx plus b? Well, yeah, because the y is by itself. So b, again, is the y-intercept. That's the guy on the end. So we're not going to actually graph these, but we would put a dot on negative 11 on the y-axis. The slope, or the m, the guy in front of the x, is negative 9. So the fact that we just wrote down a negative sign for that slope means he's got to tilt left. So basically what we're saying is, like, hey, you get done with the homework, you get done with the quiz, check all your drawings before you hand them in. Just look at the slopes. All my negative slopes should tilt to the left, and all my positive slopes should tilt to the right. Simple as that. All right, number 8 is not in slope-intercept form. We're going to get the y by itself. So first thing I'm going to do is move 21 over to the left side. Again, if he was positive to start with and I move him, he's going to be negative. Divide everything by 6, and I got y by itself. Okay, now I don't actually have room to write it, so I'm just going to cross off the 6's, and yes, we definitely have y by itself. So the b is the guy without the x. So the only question is, do you want to go decimal or do you want to leave a fraction? And if you are going to leave this one fraction, that's fine, but you better reduce it. So 21 over 6 reduces to 7 over 2. Well, what does 3 over 6 reduce to? Some of us own calculators that would reduce that for us. But hopefully you would know that reduces to 1/2. So I don't care what the slope is. The fact that we just wrote down positive 1/2 means it's going to tilt to the right. All right, now this guy on the end here, a little interesting, right? There's no x. So kind of hard to tell me the slope if there's no number in front of the x. But this is still divide by 4, and we could still get rid of it by timesing by 4. So at the very least, I could do that. Okay, now even though there's not an x, I would hope you'd think, well, okay, the b stands for y-intercept, and it's kind of telling me y is negative 4. So that's still true. So the y-intercept's negative 4 for this guy. So here's my advice to you. If you ever get confused as to what's going on with a graph, you just graph it. So if I go y is negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I would have to put a dot there. Now, I don't see a number in front of an x to count up and over with. And considering we just don't ever draw over top of an axis, I would hope it would make sense that that line has got to be horizontal. So if it's a horizontal line, that means the slope is 0. In other words, the incline is 0%. We don't go up, we don't go down, it's 0. And which way does it tilt? Well, it doesn't tilt left, it doesn't tilt right. If it was straight up and down, we could say it's vertical, but this one's obviously straight across. So we would refer to that guy as horizontal. But again, more importantly, back over here with these guys, you see a negative slope, it should tilt left. If you see a positive slope, it should tilt right. All right, guys, that's it for this section of notes. Thanks for watching.